The Tortoise and the Hare. A long, long time ago, there lived a hare in the forest who always boasted of his running speed. He would often tease the tortoise for being the slowest animal around. One fine day, he dared the tortoise to a race in order to exhibit his skills in front of other animals in the forest. Fed up with the hare's bragging, the tortoise finally accepted the challenge and decided to compete him in a race. On the day of the race, all animals of the forest gathered to watch the competition between the hare and the tortoise. Just as they were about to begin the race, the hare mocked the tortoise for accepting the challenge. Further, he also mentioned that soon after he wins the race, the tortoise would be ridiculed by other animals for accepting the challenge. The tortoise kept silent and didn't pay heed to the hare's words. The race began at the count of 1, 2, and 3. The hare immediately started running and the tortoise started at its usual slow pace. Soon the hare reached a long way, almost ahead a few yards from the finish line. He looked back to check if the tortoise was anywhere nearby. However, the tortoise was left far behind and almost could not be seen. The hare decided to pause and take some rest on the way before he completed the race. He looked around to his left. He noticed a field of cabbages and carrots. He decided to snack on cabbage and take a short nap so that he would quickly run past the finish line in a fresh mood. Soon the hare fell into a deep sleep and dreamt of winning the competition. Time passed and the sun was already setting when he suddenly woke up. He quickly jumped to check if the tortoise was around. To his dismay, the tortoise was just a few steps away from the finish line. Seeing the tortoise close to the finish line, the hare rushed towards it as fast as he could. However, it was too late and the tortoise finally crossed the finish line, thereby winning the competition. When the hare reached the point where the race ended, all the animals were laughing at him for losing the race to the tortoise. That day, he learned a lesson that bragging about something doesn't win you accolades. Hence, you should never mock others for their own peace. So for the second literary form, we have the riddle. So let us define first what is a riddle. A riddle is a question or statement intentionally phrased so as to require ingenuity in ascertaining its answer or meaning, typically as presented as a game. So for our riddle number 1, what has to be broken before you can use it? And the answer is an egg. Second riddle. What is full of holes but still holds water? And the answer is a sponge. Now for our last riddle. What is always in front of you but can't be seen? And the answer is the future, of course. A drinking song. Wine comes in at the mouth, and love comes in at the eye. That's all we shall know for truth before we grow old and die. I lift the glass to my mouth, I look at you and I sigh. The Legend of Banana. The Legend of the Banana. Long ago, a beautiful and brave maiden named Raya walked in the woods at dusk in search of forest spirits. She was curious why people are frightened of them. After scouring the gloomy caves without success, a strange man appeared. The man introduced himself as Saging. He was witty, soft-spoken, and charming, and these qualities drew Raya towards him. After that period of courtship, Saging finally told Raya that he was an Encanto, a creature from the land of dreams. He also told her that their time together will end soon, for he had a deal with dark magic. In exchange for a chance to be human, he must serve the dark spirits after his stay on earth expires. Nevertheless, the maiden loved the Encanto unconditionally. The day of parting finally came. When Saging said goodbye, Raya held on him tight and pleaded him to stay. But there are forces greater than their love. Saging slowly vanished. All that was left of her beloved was his heart on her hands. In the air, she heard his voice. I have left my bleeding heart to stay with you. Bury it and take care of it. My heart will return and again to look after you. Surprised, heartbroken, and not knowing else what to do, Raya obeyed Saging's instructions. After a few days, she noticed a little plant growing at the site where she buried the heart. It kept growing every day until a few months later, it grew into a tree with wide leaves and a heart-shaped flower bud. The bud grew, blossomed, and turned into a bunch of long yellow fruits, which we now know as saging or banana. The Tale of Bakunawa. According to the ancient people of the Philippines, Bathala, a supreme being or god, created 7 moons that illuminated the earth, with one illuminating each of the dark nights of the week. Every evening was ever so bright and so beautiful because of these moons, as the moons brought joy and happiness to the people of the earth. This, however, mesmerized one particular dragon that wished to have them all. The Bakunawa, a huge serpent-like dragon that curled around the earth and ruled the oceans, first fell in love with the heavenly magnificence of the 7 sisters. Such he envied the Almighty of his creations. But to the people of Earth's collective dismay and disappointment, the dragon swallowed the moons one by one, each night as he yearned to possess them all. This growing yearning turned into envy and greed. So the Bakunawa arose again and again from the waters to swallow the moons. The towering, ferocious dragon successfully devoured all but one. The Bathala became conscious of the sudden disappearances of the moons from the heavens. The people of the earth, in turn, learned to arm themselves to protect the last moon from being swallowed by the dragon. Hence, the dragon is not only termed as a moon-eater, but as a man-eater as well. One fateful night, deafening, collective, and ever-growing screams, moans, music, sounds, and banging of drums coming from the people of the earth awakened the Almighty to witness the Bakunawa in the process of swallowing the last moon, slowly enveloping the whole world in deep abyssal darkness. The people of the earth shouted all together. They screamed, "Return our moon!" Among many other unpleasant words. The dragon, taken aback by the multitude of resistance coming from the people of the earth, hastily retreated to his caverns deep within the oceans while the deafening sounds grow louder and louder. The last moon now returned to the skies above, illuminated the dark skies once more. The people of the earth rejoiced as the dragon hastily returned, hiding inside his caves, waiting for another right moment to gobble the last remaining moon.